Hi guys, Julia here from JM Squared Vintage. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today with the bins haul. Guys, I'll tell you, the last month or so, sourcing at the bins has been so rough. But this week I found so many great things, so many weird things, lots of fun stuff to talk about, which I'm gonna be honest, I needed after the last month of sourcing. But before we get started here, guys, if this is your first time here, if this is your first time stumbling on my channel, first and foremost, welcome. I am Julia. That is my name. We talk all things thrifting and vintage and the business of reselling on the internet here. If that sounds like something that you might be into, consider hitting subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on this journey. But without further ado, guys, I think I've got about 45 pieces here, so I will try to keep it not too terribly long, but in the meantime, why don't you go grab yourself a snack? Grab yourself a drink. You know I've got my matcha latte. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the goods. Hey, a quick note from Editing Julia here. I just wanted to let you guys know that the day that I filmed this, I was having massive camera issues. I don't know if you guys watched my full reseller process video where I was having the autofocus issue. This was the same day. I filmed this in the same day. So I don't know what happened. A tiny demon, overtook my camera and messed with the autofocus. So those issues are present in this video. And I also ended up losing an entire clip. It somehow got corrupted. I could not even recover it. But either way, I hope you enjoy what I do have of this haul. It was a super fun day. I found some really cute things. And I'll try to note where that clip is missing. I'm sure you'll see the stuff on the pile that you didn't hear about. But anyway, apologies for the technical issues. And I hope you enjoy the rest. Thank you for bearing with me. So the first piece I picked up, and how could I possibly leave this behind? This is a silver blazer. I mean, you gotta get it. This is from a brand called Oppo Suits. I guess that they're somewhere in the kind of tipsy elves world, making these kind of novelty blazers. A lot of them, look similar. It does look like these were sold as a suit, like a full suit set, but I just have the blazer. I don't think that matters. I've sold tons of novelty blazers and they always sell quite well. This one's a size 46, which I'll never know off the top of my head what that translates to in letter sizing. Eyeballing it, it looks to be an extra large, and I'll probably see somewhere between 30 and 50 bucks on this. But at the bins, you cannot leave something like this behind. Would I pay $12.99 or $13.99 for that in the thrift store? Probably not. But in the bins, absolutely, I'm all over it. Next up was this super cute little Nantucket sweater. Had to get it. This is from Town Pride. It looks like one of those small local brands. It's made in the USA that makes these kind of sweaters for I want to say a higher end tourist boutique. So it says, "Take me to Nantucket" on the front, and then on the back, it's got little silhouette of the island there. It is a size small, so it's a nice big boxy fit, and it's a poly cotton blend. This will go to somebody who is going on vacation to Nantucket. It's something that I'll try to get up ASAP, but I'll probably see 30, 40 bucks on this. It's not the highest of high end. If you find something from Murray's Togery shop, Keel James Patrick does a lot of stuff in the New England area. Those kind of brands are big bucks, but this just content-wise will be great. So cute. Had to get that. Next up, I found a little hot pink cashmere sweater, and it's from Aqua, which I believe is a brand sold at Nordstrom. I mean, it's cashmere, so I'm gonna pick it up no matter what because cashmere always sells, but I don't know if I've ever had a pretty dang close to neon pink cashmere sweater, and I think more than anything that will sell this. Of course I'll use all of the keywords, cashmere, classic, all that kind of stuff, but also Barbie, Legally Blonde, you name it, 100% cashmere. I'll see at least 30 bucks on this, probably just given the color, because this is kind of rare to find. Somewhere probably closer to 40, 45 when all is said and done. Next up, this is a label I will pick up anytime I see it, and that is Betsy Johnson. Now, the vintage Betsy Johnson dresses can go to the moon in terms of prices. I've sold a Y2K vintage Betsy Johnson dress for, I want to say it was $350. It was gorgeous. This I think is a little bit more modern, but Betsy just knows how to dress a woman. And with this being white, I can use graduation dress, formal dress, bridal, bachelorette, all of those little white dress keywords, including little white dress. It is lined in cotton, which is nice. And it's this very retro style dress. It is a size 4, which might slow it down a little bit. But again, if we're using those like initiation dresses, like that's college kids, right? Like that's sorority initiation, graduation dress, college age, you know, it's a little bit more friendly to these super tiny sizes. I'll probably see somewhere between like $35 and $60 on this. I'll have to do a little bit more research on this specific dress. I don't think that this is vintage just going by the label, but I could be wrong. I definitely don't think that this is like Y2K vintage, not given the label, but depending on the age, it's something that I may or may not play on in the regular thrift store. I mean, if you find Y2K Betsy Johnson or 90s Betsy Johnson, you jump on that with your whole body. But the more modern stuff, you know, if they're asking $15 for it, just do a quick like Google photo search and do like a comp check and make sure that the profit's there for you, right? Next up, I grabbed this little Ted Baker bow tie. This was given to me by a friend of mine, and I'm just gonna give this to one of my friends who wears a lot of bow ties, and he looks great in blue. So this is a nice little piece. It's Ted Baker, so this was probably, you know, $60 or so. And I just thought that that little paisley was so cute. So I will get this to a good home. It will actually see some use on a fairly regular basis. He wears bow ties like most days of the week. Next up, found a couple good linen pieces this week. So this I picked up just because it felt nice. There was like no tag that I saw in it. And it's this like mustard brown straight wrap skirt. This is a true wrap skirt, right? So it wraps all the way around. It's got two different like widths, which I love. So you can adjust it out or in. It's not a fixed width. And it wasn't until I got it home that I saw the tag. So it is owned by Basics. And this is a pretty high-end brand. I want to say that this retailed like $150. I mean, it's beautifully made and the quality of the linen is really exceptional. I love, it's got like pockets in a wrap dress. I mean, first of all, we should not have to be highlighting this, like just soapbox moment. It should not be an exciting thing that there are pockets in a skirt because women need pockets. But I'll take it when I can get it, and I will probably see, again, somewhere in that like $30 to $50 range on this. I have to do a little bit more research on the brand, but again, this was something that I would have picked up, brand or not. I did pick this up because I didn't see the brand until I got it home, but gorgeous. Anything like style-wise in that like earthy, organic kind of silhouette, or even like the unique like log and look silhouettes that is made in linen, like I don't care if there is a label in it. You pick that up. Oh, next up, I found the cutest little vintage Free People dress. This is a full wrap dress in this little like pointelle knit. That is the label there. You can kind of see the knit a little bit better in the back because the back is lined. This is a full wrap dress. You can kind of see the tie back here. It's a size medium and it is a wool blend. Oh yeah, you can kind of feel it. But it's got elbow length sleeves, full wrap silhouette, midi length. Something like this I'll probably see again in that $30 to $50 range. I don't really know how old it is. I'm pretty sure that that is probably like a 2010s era label. So I'll have to do a little bit more research, see if I can find any other versions of this that exist out there in the sold comps. But generally when it comes to like a vintage Free People piece from the 2000s or even a little bit before that, that's about what I see. With some exceptions that will go to the moon, but generally you can kind of expect that like $30 to $50 range. Next up, we got another little Free People piece, and this is from We the Free. I actually love this. It's a size medium. I love this print. I absolutely love that print. It is their classic kind of like slub cotton. It has a hand feel like a linen jersey, but it's that very trademark, extremely oversized cut. All the edges are raw. I just like the mix of the prim and proper print with the roughness of the edges. Oh, and this cuff here is waffle knit. But these kind of shirts from Free People, always, I'll list them $32, $34, $36, depending on what it is. And almost always I'll get between $20 and $30 on them, with probably 50% of them popping off as full price sales. So keep your eyes out for the We the Free t-shirts. It's We the Free specifically, not Free People, not FP1, not any of their other sub-brands. Just the We the Free t-shirts have a cult following and they sell very well and very quickly. I'm interested to see how fast this one moves, just given the like print of it all, right? Oh, next up, I thought that this was so pretty. And I mean, people will tell me left and right that tie-dye is not in style anymore. And like, I have the sales to prove that differently. I'm just very selective with what I pick up in terms of tie-dye. And this brand, Blue Life, is one of the brands that I will definitely pick up. But also this silhouette I thought was so cute. So it's that like faux wrap front with like the bubble, so it looks kind of like it's tucked in. The main reason I love this is these bell sleeves. Like tie-dye with a bell sleeve is still something that sells so well. This is a pretty, this isn't like a super expensive brand, but it is a pretty in-demand brand. I've had great success with it. This is size medium. I'll probably see like $30, $35 on this. That's about what I see on Blue Life shirts. Some of the dresses you'll see resell in like the 40s, the 50s, sometimes up to the 60s, but it is a brand for sure to grab at the bins. Do check condition because they tend to be really like delicate fabrics. But if you're seeing it in the regular thrift, just like do a quick Google image search and see what they're selling for. Just again, to make sure that that profit's there for you. Very cute. I do love a bell sleeve. Next up, this was like an interesting one that really caught my eye. Obviously, the first thing that caught my eye was this like high vis yellow. And the brand on this is Anitic. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sure somebody in this world will know this, but this is a sun shirt specifically. So I don't know if this is necessarily made for like riding or surfing or maybe more like a stand-up paddleboarding, but it is hooded. So something you can kind of put over your head, especially if you're like a bald guy, you know, you need that like head protection. This whole thing is UPF 30. It's got a little zip pocket, but the pocket's on the back, not on the front. It's size medium. And so it's got a lot of things going for it. It's a sun shirt, it's hooded, it's got zip pockets, and it's high vis. So these are all things that people look for, and these are all keywords that you should be using. It looks like sold comps on these shirts are in the $30 range. It looks like they retail about 80 bucks. But again, it's just the combination of factors that makes me take notice of something like this, right? Like it's not just a sun shirt, it's sun shirt that's hooded, it's sun shirt that's high vis, and all of those keywords can get the right set of eyeballs to the page. And for high vis, you're gonna wanna make sure you're using high vis with a Z, high vis with an S, and high visibility, all three. Next up, this was a little thing that I just picked up because I liked it. To the point where I might keep this for myself. This is from Left of Center, which I believe is Anthro. I don't know why I immediately thought urban, but I mean, same. But this is just a slub knit black maxi length skirt. It's a little bit high-low, but it is like full maxi length. So I think that it's got a little bit of a train, which I kind of live for. It is a size medium. Don't know if it's going to fit me, but I just thought it was super duper cute. So we'll see. I mean, again, it's something that I grabbed for myself. Didn't realize that it wasn't my size until I got it home. But I would say I'll probably see a minimum of about 20 bucks on this, probably closer to like 30. Maxi skirts do well for me, but I just thought this was really unique. I don't know if I've ever seen like a slub knit cotton maxi skirt before. And breathability, especially when you're dealing with a maxi skirt, is very important. And if you don't know that, just try wearing like a polyester maxi skirt on a hot and humid day. And then you will understand, because those are literally heat tents. All right, next up, now this is a label we all love to see in the bins. This is CP Shades, and I think that this is the older label, so I'm gonna guess that this is probably 90s vintage, but it's this cute little like chartreuse. Chartreuse is a color that I'm seeing popping up a lot right now. Like we saw it a lot in the award season. I think it's kind of bubbling up to be like the hit of color against burgundy for a lot of weddings that are happening this year. But it's this cute linen embroidered cropped button-down shirt. It is absolutely adorable. It's Irish linen. Yep, you can feel that. And it's a size medium. So I'm not quite sure what I'll get for this. I haven't sold too much in terms of CP Shades that weren't like the skirts, which I think are like the thing that people really know them for. But I'm gonna guess no less than like $30, $35 on this. CP Shades linen is just amazing, as are these buttons. They are just beautiful. I like that you can kind of see the striations of them on the side as well. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if the camera is focusing. My autofocus has been giving me trouble today, but great find. I will grab CP Shades in the regular thrift, in the bins. It's definitely a brand that is like worthy of paying up for, as long as they don't have it jacked up to like crazy prices. Next up, I got a little piece. This is a Mickey shirt, which I don't pick up a ton of like Disney stuff, despite the fact that we're pretty close to Disneyland here. I see a lot of the merch in the bins and in the thrift. The reason I grabbed this is that it is from Junk Food. Junk Food is one of those brands that it does kind of like higher end t-shirts. I want to say that their t-shirts retail like $50, but they have a lot of like licensed subject matters. So, you know, they have Disney, they have sports teams, they have bands. And while it doesn't sell quite as good as something like a Daydreamer, these still tend to sell fairly well for me. This is very, very soft. I have a friend who might want this actually, so I should probably offer it to her first, but if not, I'll probably see actually. She's a medium, so this might be too small for her, but I'll probably see about 30 bucks for this on the resale market, and no doubt fairly quickly. This is the kind of stuff that will sell all year long because people are taking Disney trips all year long, and they'd rather pay $30 for this here than to pay $100 for it in the park or to pay $80 for like a Disney Parks branded one. Oh, next up, this was such a fun find. This is vintage for sure. This is from a brand called Parallel. I don't remember where I would see this back in the day, but this is 90s vintage, maybe early Y2K. It's this really pretty like lavender color. It's got a ruffle around. It's got that baby doll silhouette. It's midi length. This just looks like it came right off the back of a Starlet in the 90s. It's in pretty good condition. There's a couple little like specks of stains, but this is polyester, so it should be no problem to get them out. I mean, even still, they're very, very small, but I will probably see somewhere between like $40 and $60 for this. This is something that I can sell as like a casual dress, but I can also sell this as like a prom dress or a cotillion dress or a formal dress. Because this is the kind of thing, at least back in the 90s, that we would have gotten, not necessarily for prom, but this is probably something that we would have worn to a dance, right? Like not a formal dance, but like the in-between dances, you know, like a snowball or something like that. Very cool. Let me know if you guys remember that label, because I definitely immediately had a hit of memory. I just wish I knew where I found it. And this is always a nice tell for you if you're not sure if this is like a higher end brand or a nicer brand. Like look for the internal hang straps that are also branded. That's just like a little extra that costs that extra 2 or 3 pennies that is completely unnecessary to spend, but it's just to tell that the company was interested in making like the experience of owning the garment and buying the garment and like having the garment in your closet a better experience. This is a nice little tell. Next up, oh, I grabbed this vintage, I think that this is handmade little prairie dress. These things do really well for me. This is, I think, a girl's size. I don't think that matters. It's maxi length. It's this little like ditzy floral. This gives me very like Goody Sacks vibes. It's not Goody Sacks. This is, like I said, I'm pretty sure handmade. Probably off of like a Simplicity pattern back in the day, or Butterick, but it's got this really nice collar. And this is the kind of thing that people will buy for costumes. They will buy stuff like this for reenactments. They will buy stuff like this for the theater, right? Like it's gonna cost less to buy something like this than to have somebody make it, or in general, even to rent it from like a costume shop. So I'll probably see somewhere 30 to 50 bucks on this. I'm not quite sure, with it being handmade, with it being unbranded. I've sold a couple that were like modern, made to look this old, and I've sold one like this that was truly vintage, but it was shorter. So we'll find out. But like I said, stuff like this, any kind of like historic garment is something that I'm usually going to grab, especially in the bins. Yeah, obviously that's something that you have to kind of like do a little research on if you're paying, you know, $10 for it, $13 for it. But in the bins, any kind of, you know, prairie dress, colonial dress, anything that can be used in any kind of theater, holiday, dress up party, reenactment, these are generally good things to buy because they're like a mandatory purchase. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, I could get that shirt or not get that shirt and I'll be fine. I'll just wear a different shirt on the days that I would wear that shirt. Something like this is like, we have a production. We need to buy stuff like this. We're going to the Ren Fair. We need something to wear to the Ren Fair. You know, Halloween's coming up. We're doing this group costume. We need to get it. You know what I'm saying? There's a little bit less elasticity in terms of the demand on pieces like this that are like truly, you know, kind of costumey. So they're usually good bets. Next up, I'm very interested to see how this one does. This is just a plain men's navy blue polo shirt, but it's from the North Face. Who knew? Who knew the North Face made polo shirts? The North Face is just a brand that people know, people love, people shop it. Doesn't necessarily matter. It's got the tonal logo here on the sleeve. I've been adjacent to like the outdoor sports world for, 20 years of my life. Never knew that North Face made something like this. So I don't know what I'll get for it. Maybe 20, 25 bucks. It's in great shape. I think it's a 2XL too. Yeah, 2XL, which is great. North Face makes really nice quality stuff. It feels great. It feels like a polo. It feels like a Ralph Lauren polo, but it's just very plain with only that little hit of branding there. So like I said, somewhere 20, 25 bucks. It's about what I'll see for like the everyday polo shirt. But we will find out. I swear, I learn something new every day. Next up, this is a little Zara piece, and I just had to get this because I thought it was so darling. So it's this little open weave cream knit cardigan. I don't think I'm gonna get too much for this, in any way, shape, or form, but I just thought it was so cute. This almost looks like, and I'm sure that that's what they were going for, this looks like something that was made out of like a tablecloth. I mean, this probably retailed like $39. I'll probably see somewhere 15 to 20 bucks, but it is in like perfect, this feels brand new. So I'm gonna guess that this was worn like once, and it is just too cute. So somewhere 15 to 20 bucks. I don't think I'll get much for this. This was definitely just a style pickup, and absolutely positively not something that I would have paid $5.99 for or $7.99 for at the thrift store. Oh, next up, I got this for my friend's son. She's an artist, and her son, is kind of getting into art. But this is like a little Uniqlo Spurs New York Basquiat shirt. It's got the Basquiat dinosaur right there. It's super cute. It's got the little name hit there on the sleeves. I think that this is going to be a little bit big for him, but he's a grown boy, so he'll be in it soon enough, and I will grab these kind of shirts for him anytime. And he really loves him some dinosaurs, so I think he'll really respond to this one. Great opportunity to teach him about the artist and a little bit about this piece. Yes, I am that auntie. No regrets. You're getting books and art lessons. There will be no noisy toys coming from this auntie. Next up, this cute little dress. This is from Free People, and it's a size 4, but I just thought that this was very cute. It's got this floral print that I think is very interesting. It's about knee length. It's that fit and flare silhouette that was very popular in the 90s. It's got a little bit of ruching up here and the same kind of ruching in the back. The little metal logo is out of this. This is kind of an interesting thing that I've never seen before on a Free People piece. So it doesn't have the little metal piece here, which is not the interesting thing. The interesting thing is it's got a second little piece right here with the number. Now it's got like a little UPC, so maybe this was something that was part of Nuuly, which is the clothing rental service that is owned by the Urban Brands. But something like this, I'll have to do a little bit more research into this dress in particular, but with something like this, I'm always gonna anticipate like around that bread and butter $20 to like $35 range. And sometimes I'm pleasantly surprised and they sell for like $80. So very cute. Okay, next up, I literally bought myself something to research. So do not judge me. I understand that this is stained, but the quality on this is so outrageously nice. I just have this like gut feeling that I'm holding something here. So this is the shirt. And again, the quality on this is so outrageously nice. Like the finishing is gorgeous. There are stains, like there's little stains across the back here, but like there's beautiful embroidery kind of all over. It's got all that embroidery on the front, the embroidery on the collar. On the inside, it says made in Italy. And then the tag, this is what's so interesting to me. So the tag almost looks like it's added after the fact. And I don't know if you can see it, but when I hold it up to the light, I can see that it says Friends of Bruce. Who's Bruce? I'm from the Philly area. Immediate thought is Bruce Springsteen. Could you imagine? But made in Italy, really interesting. I have to do some research. It's also got the size tag over here, like right by the shoulder seam, which is something that you'll see every once in a blue moon from like really high-end designers. Like they kind of hide it over here in the shoulder seam where there's a little bit more bulk to the fabric to start with. But if you guys have ever come across anything that is from, Friends of Bruce, I wonder if this little tag was stitched over something. I don't know. I gotta do some research. The tag is here, but it's really faded. It feels like this has been dry cleaned quite a bit. I don't know. I literally bought this for the mystery, for the research, because that is the kind of weirdo that I am. So if you guys are familiar, if this is, maybe that made in Italy tag is looking familiar to you, the tag in the shoulder is looking familiar to you, let me know your best guesses. I'm gonna do some Google image searches. I can't wait. I kind of can't wait. I'm gonna pour myself a fat glass of wine and dig in on this. And that sounds like a perfect evening wind down to me. Actually, I'm gonna set that aside so I can get into that tonight. Next up, another little Tommy Bahama shirt. I got this for the colors more than anything. Again, Tommy Bahama is pretty saturated, but I just thought that was a really cool pattern. I like the greens and the blues. It's in like fantastic condition. You can still smell the cologne of the guy who wore it. It's like cologne mixed with Tide. It's a size extra large. Again, flawless condition. In this really interesting print. Like I've never seen this print before, but I'll see probably, $20 to $35 on this, unless this is something that's gonna take me by surprise and be like a limited edition print or something like that, because I have definitely had that experience with certain Tommy Bahama things, and they've surprised me and sold for like $100. I had a limited edition, like Happy New Year Tommy Bahama shirt that sold for, I wanna say it was like $118. Anything Tommy Bahama collaboration, Disney parks, any sports teams, anything like that, they can go for really good money. So don't automatically discount Tommy Bahama. And honestly, if you're picking this stuff up for $1 in the bins, like get it. They're $200 new. And even if it's saturated and you're getting $30, you're able, number one, that's a great profit. Number two, that's getting somebody who otherwise wouldn't be able to afford this a really nice shirt. Just do check condition, because guys who love Tommy Bahama tend to really live in their Tommy Bahama, so they can be very thrashed by the time they get to your hands. And last one in this first bag was, the first thing I saw was this little motif here. And this looks very similar to the Boys Lie logo, which if you're unfamiliar with Boys Lie, you should get yourself familiar with Boys Lie. It's very popular. It's gaining in popularity. They have been really seeding heavily to influencers recently. So you're gonna see those prices start to like ramp up on those pieces. That's Boys Lie, like boys space lie. But this one is from Badwood, which is a local spot here in LA, and their pieces do retail fairly well. It just says Goodwood and Badwood. I don't know if this is a collaboration piece, but I should see 30 to 40 bucks on this. It's super, super soft. It's French terry. It's got like a nice drape to it. It's not that kind of like big, bulky sweatshirt material. So, I mean, something I don't think you're gonna see too terribly much outside of the area because this is a local spot, but in case you see it and the price is right, grab it. Oh, I forgot. I have one more piece. This is from Tiger Mist, not necessarily a brand I pick up all that often, but I grabbed this because of what it was. It's a size small. This is the logo. I mean, this is 100% only a bins play. Like, please do not be paying $10 for this. But it's just a cute little leopard mesh mini dress with a little like flounce at the bottom. Sold comps on this dress are around 30 bucks. This probably only retailed around 50 bucks. Which is wild that that's just very normalized to me. Like, it's not that expensive. 50 bucks is still pricey, but yeah, I mean, it's something that if you're getting this at like a by the pound bins, like this weighs nothing. So you'd pay effectively 75 cents for it. But I would anticipate this selling pretty quickly. I'll use all the keywords: party dress, rave, club dress, going out dress, leopard print, flounce. It's got that little bit of like a square neck, so should move pretty quickly, but again, something I'm only ever touching in the bins. All right, next up. Oh, so I found like early in the morning, I found a little stash of Skims, which is like one of the best kind of stashes you can get. Minimalist clothing that has a high demand, that sells for a high price and resells for a great price. And one of the pieces I found was this cute little skirt. So this is a maxi skirt. It's got the little ruching in the front. It's got a little scrunch in the back. It's a size large. They're all size large. It's in this burgundy color, maxi length. This is in their, I think it's called like the Luxe Lounge fabric. It's ribbed. It is unbelievably soft. Like, credit where credit is due. Skim stuff is great. And this little skirt, which I don't think that they make anymore, tends to resell for like 80 bucks. 80 bucks. So thank you. So this is piece one. I think I got 3 or 4 pieces. This is piece 2. So like, not only was it a Skims little stash that I found, there were more significant pieces from Skims. And this, Whoever owned this wore Baccarat Rouge. I can smell it. Because this is the neck piece, right? So it's a high neck bodycon jersey dress. It's got like a raw edge. Another one that resells for like 60 bucks or so. Again, this is a size large, really nice. And none of these are still made. So that means that there's going to be a scarcity demand on them, as pieces like this often have. So that's 2. Oh, that's right. It's like, this is technically like 3 pieces, because I think that the person who owned this sewed these together. So the first piece is, it's gonna be kind of hard to show because they're still attached. So the one piece is like a pajama tank top. It's got the little like Henley style snaps there, but it's full button down. And then inside, you can tell that they sewed these little like ribbon loops to keep this thing attached. And this is one of their little like triangle lace trim bras in that same ribbed fabric. So nice. These things all have like a demand attached to them individually. I'll probably see like 20, 25 bucks for the bra. I'll probably see about 20, 25 bucks for the tank top. So that's literally how I started my day. So nice. Oh, next up, another brand that's really, I think, gonna be like rising in popularity, and that is Perfect White Tee. So they're really famous. Their most famous sweatshirt is called the Ziggy, and it's basically this, but with a crew neck. So this is a V-neck sweatshirt. They're really nice. They're all, I believe, French terry, really nice fabric. They're really known for like the cut of their t-shirts and their sweatshirts, and that's what they do. I mean, they do basic tees and basic sweatshirts, and like that's it. So you better do it right? They retail, I want to say like $98, maybe a little bit more than that. And on the resale market, if you find a Ziggy, particularly like the reverse Ziggy, where the French terry, where the loops are on the outside, they can resell for a great price. And they have been putting bank into their advertising. I have been being stalked by Perfect White Tee for like months. So I know that they are spending, like there is no limit on the amount of times I'm seeing those ads. So keep your eyes out for it. And of course, if you are in the market for a great like basic, this is a good brand to keep your eyes out for. But on the resale market, I think that I'm probably gonna see like, again, 30, 40 bucks for this. If this was a regular Ziggy, probably closer to the $50 range, maybe $60. And I do think we're gonna see those prices. I do think we're gonna see that demand start to like tick up from them, because of how much they're spending on advertising. Oh, next up, I mean, okay, so this is Urban Outfitters, and we know that I don't do a ton of Urban Outfitters, but I just kind of thought that this was really cool. And it's a more significant piece. And just given what it is, given the color, given the cuts, it's just kind of like a girly kind of upper. It's got the little puff sleeves, little collar, and then it's maxi length, and it can be worn completely open just like this. I can see this prowling the polo fields at Coachella in like 2 seconds flat. So as it turns out, this dress actually resells quite well from Urban Outfitters. I've seen some sold comps go for like 40 bucks, which is very high for something from Urban Outfitters. Usually you're seeing about 20 bucks, and that's what I'll anticipate, but this is literally like blowing out the camera lens. Just something that I picked up because I thought it was really cute. Very much a style pickup, not necessarily a brand-based pickup, but sure enough, this is selling for a great price, and it's in like brand new condition. I can't imagine whoever owned this before wore this many times. Like, this is a pretty memorable garment, right? Oh, next up, oh, I thought this was so cute. So this is from And Other Stories, which is a great brand. A brand I used to see a little bit more from, but still sells quite well. This is a little short sleeve. It looks like this was a cuff short sleeve that they like took the fold out from. So I'll just like re-stitch that in. That's pretty easy to do. It's like a tiered midi length dress. It's in this nice like red color. It's got pockets, which I love. Sold comps on this dress are between like 30 and 60 bucks. So I have to look a little bit deeper into like when those sales happened, all that kind of stuff. But it's a size 8, so it's a decent like medium size, really easy breezy, like one piece wonder dress that would be easy to travel with, whatever. So definitely a great little find. I love finding And Other Stories in the bins. I feel like I don't see it all that much, and I've had some pretty good luck with it. Very cute. I like this tomato red. It's not like for me, but I feel like I've been seeing a lot of this from like different influencers and stuff. So very cute. Next up, I'm going to show these two together because I found them together, assuming they're from the same house. And this is a pair of Zara linen pants. So a little wide leg very wrinkled taupe linen pants. And then this is from LL Bean, and they're literally like brand new with tags. So size 6 in a kind of like a denim chambray look, nice wide legs. I think that those are full length. But LL Bean always does well for me. I mean, it's nothing that's gonna sell for a crazy amount of money. It looks like retail, they were $80. But I do love seeing new with tags. So I'll probably see between like 25 and 35 on both of these. And again, with them being linen, no doubt they'll go fairly quickly. I really love this like linen trouser silhouette, right? Like this is a linen pair of pants, but it doesn't have a pull-on waist. It looks like a suit pant. Kind of here for that. Next up, oh, I thought this was so cute. So this is a little Angels Rain Spooner shirt. So this is a little kid's shirt, size small. Rain Spooner is a brand you should be keeping your eyes out for. Some of these patterns can get very, very collectible and they can go for pretty nice prices. But I'm assuming that they do a lot of collaborations with like California-based teams. I know I've seen something that they've done for like USC. I know I've seen something that they've done for the Dodgers, but this is in like fantastic condition. Now it's boys Rain Spooner, so I'll probably see like 20, 25 bucks, but I have no doubt that this will sell quickly because we are like right on the cusp of baseball season. And it's always nice when you get something like this where if it doesn't sell almost immediately, which it will probably sell almost immediately, it'll go at least within the season. Honestly, Angel Stadium is really nice. It's certainly less of a nightmare to get there than it is to get to Dodger Stadium. Next up, this cute little shirt from Serena, always a label I like to see. I've never found anything that wasn't a dress or a pair of pants from Serena, so I'm interested to see how this does. Just like a little white gauze, breezy sleeveless top with a ruffle neck. It's a size 4. It feels and looks like it hasn't really been worn much. Like you can tell with how crisp the label is. One of the things I always look for, like if you're flipping through the racks, this is always an easy way to spot Serena. You'll always see this like red hit on the back where the tags are attached. It's kind of like their little signature. But yeah, very cool little piece. I'll probably see somewhere 30, 40 bucks on it. Serena is so wildly expensive. I find that they have come down a little bit in price, but I also feel like this brand in particular does really like ebb and flow with the seasons. So finding it right now, we'll see how this does. Next up, onto something that you definitely don't want to wear at any point in the next couple months, is this cute little Zara dress. Now, this is faux leather, and I always say if you ever find something faux leather in the bins, really give it a good like feel. If you feel any parts of the faux leather or pleather, whatever you want to call it, is sticky, leave it behind, because if it's sticky, that's telling you that the polyurethane is starting to like break down and it's gonna start to like flake and crack soon. But this feels brand spanking new. So it's got like 3/4 length sleeves. It's got that high neck in the front. It's got an open back, which is kind of cool. I just think that this is really chic. It's a size large, again, in perfect condition. Something, I mean, it's Zara, so I'll probably see somewhere, 30, 40 bucks on this. But again, something that I will use, minimalist, goth, rock and roll, club dress, party dress, all of those different things I can kind of lean into. It's always exciting when I can find anything that's faux leather that is not like on the cusp or absolutely destroyed, because it does not happen often. Just 3 to go here. Oh, this was something that I picked up. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but it feels so unbelievably nice. So this is a blazer. And it's just like a casual kind of deconstructed blazer. And the fabric like feels like linen. It looks like denim. I have to do more research on it. Everything about this felt incredibly good quality. The designer on this is Ami by Alexander Matusi, and he's definitely a high-end designer. Like this was probably $800 or $900. I wasn't able to find this jacket anywhere for resale, anything in the sold comps, but I think that this is so nice and so unique that it's not gonna be hard to find a buyer for it. It took me a while to find like the contents tag and all that kind of stuff, but it's made in Tunisia. And the thing that I'm confused about, on the label, it says it's 56% CY, like the letter CY, and then 37% lin, which I'm assuming is linen. What is CY? and 7% polyamide. So I don't know. I have to do more research into this. I don't know what CY is. I've been like picking my brain as to what it could potentially be. Like, is it polyester? Is it cotton? But like, I've never seen cotton. I've seen cotton CTN. I've never seen CY. But either way, this is something I had to take a chance on. It's absolutely gorgeous. So beautifully made. And I like this kind of casual blazer. I like where the pockets are. You kind of see they're almost on the side. Very unique. So more research to come. Let me know if you are familiar with this designer, because I've never seen it before. This is 100% something that I picked up because it just felt so nice. Like, it almost feels like there's maybe some wool. I don't know. Let me know if you know what CY is. And just 2 to go. And this is something that's always exciting to find in the bins. And this is just a little zip hoodie from Vuori. Vuori still absolutely killing it on the resale market. This is like a cream hoodie, full zip. One of those ones that like I picked up and I felt, I'm like, gee, that really feels like a Vuori half zip that I have. But I like could not find the label because it was unzipped in the bins. And finally I found it down there on the corner. But it's a size small. It's in great condition. It's cream. I'll probably see like $50 for this, maybe a little bit more. Vuori stuff, I mean, this probably retailed like $120, $130. Like, their prices are crazy for what they are. And like, the construction nerd in me is like bristling at the fact that the zipper is wavy like that. But either way, this is going to be something that flies out of my closet, and it's going to fly out of my closet for a great price. And then finally, I'm going to die on the hill that this was the find of the day. So I picked this up and I audibly gasped. This is a 1970s vintage polyester leisure Western shirt. Pearl snaps, brown and pink floral. The brand on this is H-Bar-C Ranchwear. I cannot. Guys, similar shirts to this are selling well over $100. I just like, I had to. I cannot believe I got my hands on this when there were a bunch of like the flea market sellers there. This is the kind of stuff they would kill to find. Like, it's in pretty much flawless vintage condition. Let me know if you've ever found anything from H-Bar-C. I'm assuming anybody that lives a little bit closer to ranchland will have more likelihood of finding something from this brand. I mean, to find something like this in Southern California is pretty rare, but I love it so much. I literally picked this up and I was like, oh my God. But guys, that is it. That is the haul for today. I feel like the bins gods just delivered to me after a pretty rough month of sourcing, and I think I found some absolute gems, some like unbelievable vintage, some great BOLO brands, some mysteries, some great bread and butter. Like, this haul had a little bit of everything. But guys, thank you so much for hanging with me while I go through these hauls. It is always, I'm still in like utter disbelief that you choose to spend a little bit of your time with me. Like, just know that it like nourishes my soul in a way that you could never understand. It just blows my mind. But guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. If you had fun, please consider leaving a like or a comment on this video. Of course, don't forget to hit subscribe. I would love to have you along on this journey. All of that helps me out so much with YouTube. But guys, without further ado, I hope you have the most beautiful week. Happy hunting, and I will see you all in the next one.